And we're back. Good afternoon. Welcome back to season 4, episode 5 of your Leaders Only digital show and podcast, brought to you here by What It Changed Mentoring and Tone Drone TV. I'm your host, Kendall.
And I'm Samaj.
And today we're here live on site at DC Dose 1641, located in Alexandria, Virginia. Arlington, Virginia. I'm sorry. This is going to be an experience today because this is where Big Bro does his cooking at. So today we ask that y'all have a watch party. Invite all your friends to watch, listen, share, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell. If you miss us on the live stream act, you can always hit pound, replay in the comment section. And what else, bro?
And you can always email us at
Leaders Only
show22@gmail.com.
Yes,
always
sir. Yes, sir.
But as Bro said, we're here. We're filming at outside of DC Dosa. They actually closed today. We closed because of some technical difficulties. So we were gonna display cooking and all that, but we will do that on a later date. But we are down here at 1641 Crystal Drive in Arlington, Virginia. And it's a vegan and vegetarian South Indian cuisine spot that I'm getting some professional experience at, and helping out a friend. My friend, she's a chef, and she was looking for some help in the kitchen. So I reached out like, man, I definitely need to learn how to chop and slice and stuff like that. But I just want to get some awareness on how to store sauces and just everything for inspection purposes. And then me being in business before, now I want to know how to operate in the food industry. So it kind of worked out at the perfect time, hand in hand. And the fact that it was plant-based, that really did it for me. It's like, that's perfect.
Right.
So they specialize in dosas, which are like crepes, but they are lentil-based, so they're not sweet. They're flavorful. And then like the menu, when we pan to the menu, you get 2 fillings, and one of the fillings is curry potatoes, and the other one is a roasted seasoned vegetable, which is cabbage, cauliflower, carrots, peppers, and onions. And then the other one is eggplant and sweet potatoes, so you can mix it, match it how you want. And then they specialize in their sauce called chutney. And one of the chutneys is cilantro sesame chutney. Then they have an onion tamarind. They have a mango habanero and a traditional coconut. Then they make udapam. So udapam is the same lentil base, but it has to be the white lentil base, and it looks like a pancake. But again, it's made out of the lentil base, so it's not sweet. And then they fill it. One of the fillings is tomato and onion, and then that comes with a soup with it. Or you can get the potato marsala, and that's the same curry potatoes, but it's cooked into what you would think of as a pancake, but it's called a udapam. And what else they have? Oh, the seasonal lassi. So they have these yogurt drinks. That's the only thing that has dairy in it is the yogurt. So I haven't tried it, but a lot of people like them. And the fruit is mango, so they do mango ginger lassis. And a lot of people who are from India of today, they know all this stuff. Like, it was new to me. I never had a dosa till I came here. I never knew what a udapam was, or sambar soup, or lassi. But it is dope to just see how another heritage or another culture, this is like their version of a burrito.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's their version of a tortilla. They make a dosa. So I always like to look at those type of comparisons, and when I can explain it to somebody, it makes it easier. Like, it's an Indian burrito.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So question, for those who don't know, I hear you say their main ingredient that they use is lentil. If those who don't know what is lentil.
Lentil is kind of like a bean, but it's like a bean, and a lot of people know like lentil soup.
Yeah.
But it's just a batter. They make it like just like a pancake. Like I said, it just, instead of flour and all flour and water, it's literally mashed up lentil base.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's probably lentil powder, honestly, to be honest.
Right. Okay. So it's basically like making a pancake.
Yeah.
All right.
Or a crepe.
All right. And all right. So I got a couple questions for you for your experience of being in the kitchen. I know this is like new, and it's kind of like crazy to see you in the kitchen when I was brought up in the kitchen. But just tell me about your experience. What do you enjoy about being in the kitchen?
Uh, Time passing, like it's something that doesn't drag because you always have to move. You gotta always be doing something. You gotta refill. Um, then just the experience, like I like doing new stuff. I like starting from the bottom. I was already doing the cooking and the meal prepping and stuff. So to know that people like what I do already, it's like cool to learn. I never would have thought of a dosa, but now I'm thinking about stuffed pancakes. Like how can I stuff a pancake?
Yeah.
You know, I don't really do breakfast right now. I can do it, but my menu, because I eat once a day, it kind of consists of lunch
Right.
and dinner.
Right.
So to do a pancake and stuff it, you know, I was talking to Chef Ali, and we were just talking about like making a blueberry purple yam pancake. So the pancake is actually purple. It got blueberry, and then we stuff it with something. You know, now I'm looking at it like, yo, I could cook the potatoes, the egg, the plant-based sausage, and some hash with like onions, peppers, kale, all inside of the pancake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then different spreads, like we could make like a spicy syrup. You know what I mean? To go with it. So, because it's more gonna be more savory. You're not just looking for it to be like a cake.
Right.
You know, now I want to put the whole meal, so it's like a jumbo pancake that's super thick that have the food in it. So that's been wonderful. I'm team oriented, so when you're doing meal prep and stuff, you know, like when I first wanted to do this, I wanted it to be you and I, but that's why, you know, I've been talking to Chef. I mean, it's like, bro, I like doing stuff together. You get a lot of stuff done faster. It's like, it's a no-brainer for me. And then food, now I've done all the running and gunning. You know what I'm saying? I've done all the hustling and the chasing and all that to where now it's purposeful. So I'm looking to do stuff for the rest of my life. Like I can still cook a meal at 70, you know what I mean? As long as I'm in good health. I can still go out and grow food at 70. I can still be a mental health coach at 70. Like it's nothing but sitting down, having a conversation, evaluating somebody's life. Then it all goes hand in hand. Because if your mental is off, then you need some good food. So let me go cook to you while we talk about implementing you a new lifestyle change. You have to work out. So it's like I'm trying to get everything to go together. Right. And then, like I say, when it comes down to the clothes, I mean, we know my stance on celebrity and stuff, but our slogan and everything about it is being a leader. So I'm like a mascot. You know what I'm saying? If we got all these people who represent the clothes, I represent the mission. You know what I'm saying? I represent what you really supposed to be. Like, I wanna be that person, you know what I'm saying, that man, and then that king, and then that guy. But I always hear people complain too, like people like, oh, I gotta work and all that. So now, all right, now I do a job on it, and I'm still getting 20 things done. So it's like, yo, what's your excuse? You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta work. Well, I gotta work, and I gotta still take care of my dad. I still had to go look for a crib. I still got. It's all about how you want to allot your time. Yeah, so we all get the same 24 hours. I think it's super dope that it's just another thing to help me manage my time. And then, like I keep saying, you have to weigh your options. I'm not about to pay to go to culinary art school. I'm going to move with my purpose and be self-taught and all that. But I will go to school and get a job and get paid. You know what I'm saying? You're going to pay me for being here too. Yeah. So instead of knowing that, yo, I can't go be in a school with set hours every day, but hey, throw me on a swing shift. And then now, this Sunday, I'm about to work an event at the Smithsonian. You know me, I have an event background. So to be up in there and speak to them, and then the owners think, they thought I was in my 20s or something, you know what I'm saying? To know, like, yo, I'm a business owner, I'm doing it, and then they like, yo, let me hear your ideas. Or I made some of the queso, and I brought it in for the staff, and the owner, she like, man, let's turn that into some chutney. And I'm like, it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I can now, having the experience that I have, I can go anywhere and be humble. Don't nobody ever know what I do until I have a conversation with them. So they would just think, I'm just working in DC Dosa. That's cool. I like when people think like that.
That's dope, though,
you know what I'm saying?
I commend you for going to get a job. I knew what you were getting it for, the experience, so.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I like it. And I save money on food,
I'm back in the kitchen as well. I've been back down just to get my techniques and get the flow back. So, and me, I'm just testing my speed and seeing if I still got it, because I know when it comes to this restaurant business too, in the food industry, just testing your speed too. You know, you gotta keep up with the customers, the orders that's coming in. Everything is on a timer. you gotta be able to multitask and be aware of different things. So I've been back in the kitchen about 2-3 days out the week, helping out Makisha, and just using it as my experience. It started because I got the cleaning company, so I was cleaning her restaurant. And then she needed help. She wanted to go on vacation, and nobody can really do everything like I can. So to get in their experience, getting back in there, learning how to refreshing my memory with different cuts, shearing, and back on the grill and things of that nature. So it's pretty fun. I'm ready to get back into our own. So this is just just to keep me sharp and keep me on practice and just to test my skills and continue to do it. So that's been fun for me too. So moving along, man. There's some things going on in the news. It's always like, we got so much good going on, but it's always some tragedy or some heartwarming or disturbing event going on. So suicide rates among young black males in Virginia reached a decade high. In March, Carlos Brown life changed when he received a distressing call from his wife, a Dinwiddie County emergency dispatcher. Their 17-year-old son, Christian, known as Bam, had expressed a desire to not live. Bam attempted suicide, suffering severe injuries. At the recent ICU at VCU Health Center, Bam survived but lost vision in one eye, and the family is still seeking funds for dental restoration. Sorry. The exact cause of Bam's actions remains unclear, but data from the CDC highlights a troubled trend among black Virginia families with male children under 24. Even though Bam maintained a good grades and relationships, the suicide rate among young black males in Virginia surpasses the national average and even outpaces white males in the state. This distressing trend is evident in healthcare facilities, schools, and barbershops, where black men are increasingly opening up about their challenges and a culture that often discourages emotional expression. There is a growing number of young black male patients seeking emergency care for suicide attempt and non-suicidal self-harm. However, outpatient therapy remains under. Man, this is crazy. But the outpatient therapy remains underutilized by young black boys and men, implementing that they often wait until their struggles become unmanageable. In 2007, the suicide rate for black males aged 10 to 24 in Virginia was 8.5 per 100,000. Shockingly, recently data shows that this rate had skyrocketed to 20.5 per 100,000 in 2021.
Yeah, man. So, I guess I'll tackle it first, and just by, this is why this show is around. This is why, I changed the purpose of my life. This is why I try to continue to emphasize go to therapy. Men, because I'm a man, I speak on us first. This is why I try to encourage men to heal. Stop just making babies, because as we can see, you see in the ages 10 to 24, it's more than 100% increase. It doubled. It went from 8.5 to 20. It went actually more than double. And it's like, it's because everybody is doing the same thing, and meaning chasing the same thing, worried about the bag, worried about materials, getting a better upper hand in these custody battles. Nobody's thinking about the children. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said, there's people with good grades. There's people that wake up every day, go to school, and they join in the games and they laughing and all that, and then before you know it, they somewhere by themselves, ready to take their life because they feel alone. You know what I'm saying? And I've been there, not to the point, like I said, where I want to take my life, but I know what it feel like to be unappreciated. That's one of the big things for me. Undervalued, underappreciated. So it's kind of like when you watch the Nightmare Before Christmas, or the thing with Scrooge, and he had an out of body experience where they can go around with the ghosts, and it just showing like that's what I will always say when it came to being in a dark space and being depressed. I will always say, man, I just wish I could have an out-of-body experience just to show people life without me. You know what I'm saying? Just to show how much you value, and you know, a lot of times we measure people on the money that they have. You know what I'm saying? In today's time, or you instantly become the big homie, not because you healed, not because you taking care of the community, not because you're an upstanding individual changing the dynamic of your family. You the big homie just because you got the bag. Not because you read no books, not because you helping other people become better. It's literally, we've been down for so long and we've been impoverished for so long that we feel like money can solve everything. And I mean, just by keeping your mouth closed, you ain't got to say nothing. It's going to play out in real life. So as it plays out in real life, you seeing it, that money ain't fixing nothing. Chasing more women ain't fixing nothing. Getting another hairdo ain't fixing nothing. Being a bad bitch ain't fixing nothing. We got so many, you know. That's why I don't even, when we shoot our show, I don't rush to get dressed or to make sure I got on cologne. Listen, if I got to work out after this, I'm wearing workout clothes. If I got to work today, we're going to shoot it outside of work. If we got to, it's about getting stuff done. That's what my mind is, you know what I'm saying? If the goal is to enhance young men and young women that's coming up behind our lives, then maybe I don't need another pair of shoes and a pair of this. Maybe I gotta have some money within the budget that if we gotta feed somebody,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? We gotta go to the shelter and do some cool stuff, or whatever we gotta do to put our heads together to put that into just spending money on marketing and promotion, but spending money spending our money on an issue and bringing a solution to issue. That is marketing, that is promotion, but that's also affecting people's lives that we know. And everybody don't appreciate it. That's the great part about life, you know, it make you laugh, because at the same time as you do this stuff, you're not supposed to do it for no reason other than that's what you're supposed to do. But everybody ain't not going to appreciate it. But it's up to the ones who are being called to do this work to stop turning your cheek when you know you've been called to do this work. Like, we all hear that little voice, and oftentimes, you know, it could be something as simple, giving a stranger $1. We'd be like, no, I ain't got it. But you do got it. You know what I'm saying? And that $1 is gonna turn into $3 for you, but we shouldn't even be looking at it to be rewarded in that, because we woke up. Like, I always go back to just waking up or wiggling your fingers, or when I wake up, I gotta get myself together, and then I go look at a man who can't walk and have a fluent conversation. So it's like, I know I'm blessed. You know what I mean? So it's easy for me to not have children but care about the next generation so much, because these are the stories that come across my timeline that hurt me. It's like, damn, I felt that. But I can't even keep scrolling without yo, we gotta talk about this, because this is serious. They just said that it went from 8% to 20. If we was talking about anything else, if Bitcoin went from 8% to 20% tomorrow, everybody be turned up. You know what I'm saying? That's the way we gotta be in our community. Like, yo, this joint went from 8% to 20-some% with 10-year-olds to 24. Your mind ain't even developed till you 25. So it's like, look, we focusing on mental health. They making decisions and they not even in their right mind. Their mind ain't even fully developed, and they making decisions. They don't feel love. There's the lack of the father. And that's what I mean by us being better examples. Like, we have to be better examples. Nobody needs you to be Superman. Everybody's not called to be Jesus reformed and all that. No. Just make better decisions. Get out of the way of being an obstacle for somebody else. That helps us. You know what I'm saying? So, in closing with myself, I'll let you speak on it. It's just, all I can say is I told you so. Like, we walked in this thing on season 1, episode 1, saying that we are covering stories that affect our community, positive or negative, and what we're trying to do is just bring the positive out of it and a solution out of it. So we know we got this issue. Now we just trying to bring a solution. 988 is there. Even if the father is not there, you know, a man, look, keep an eye open for, you know, mothers who got single kids, and just say, hey, nobody's trying to holler at you. You got a son. He needs some type of he needs some male role models around him. You mind if I come pick them up on the weekend, take them to the game? Mind if I take them out to eat just so I can talk to them, to give them some experiences? You mind if I bring them to work with me? Like, we gotta start caring about each other like that instead of saying, man, these bitches and these kids, man, they get on my damn nerves, you know what I'm saying? But you'll have sex with that mother, but you don't care about the kids, you know what I'm saying? That's why when I date women, it's like, man, no, I want you, if you have kids and you dated me, I want you to have an airtight relationship with that father. Because the questions that I'm asking is, what happened? Why y'all ain't stick together? Y'all created life, so y'all bonded forever. You created life, but why are y'all not still family even when y'all not together? Even when you're not together and y'all break up, y'all are still family. Y'all should have an airtight relationship. But everybody wants control, and if I can't have you, then forget having a successful relationship for the kids. But lift your hand up at somebody's kid. Raise your voice at somebody's kid. And the first thing is, don't talk to my kid like that. I love my baby. I'm doing this. I go to work every day for my kids. So, okay, nobody's saying to kill yourself for your kid. You shouldn't have to do everything for your kid. But you gotta let the village be a village too. Yeah. We can't even get the village together because, yo, if you talk to my kid, right, well, that kid needs to be chastised.
Well, we can't even go to the sports game without an argument.
Yeah, and then just talking to kids too, though. Like, we take our frustrations out on them, and I can guarantee you that some of these kids feel like that when they end their life. Like, yo, she come home from work every day and curse me out. Yeah. Before she even asked me how was my day. Do I need any help with my homework? What's going on in your mind? And another thing parents could do is talk to me. You can talk to your kids like, man, today at work, mama need a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because this went on and this went on. You think we don't get it. You're like, dang, for real, mom? And this next generation is more advanced than us. Like, they been here before, bro. Like, we got to stop treating babies like babies in certain situations when it's convenient. Because we treat them like kids when we want to spoil them and get them their Christmas gift and all this. But then you don't want to be hard on them, and you don't want to, like, no, you got to care from different aspects, you know what I'm saying, in different ways. So that's my 2 cents on it. How do you feel about it?
I mean, it really hit home kind of like for me because, I went through that similar experience. I didn't really execute on harming myself, but I did experience that, suicidal thoughts and things of that nature. But it's just eye-opening, if y'all wasn't listening to us, you can listen to the story now and see that in the statistics and see that the numbers are going up, that you need to be aware of your children. You need to pay attention to your child, what's going on inside and outside. Mm-hmm. If you're going to play football, you need to know who that coach is. If they're going to play do any type of programs in school, out school, any type of things like that, just be aware of who they're going with. And it's just like you said, it's simple as just asking. Like, I always see my friends now, like my closer brothers and homegirls that got kids, the ones that do pay attention to their kids, they ask them how they doing every day or what's going on and things of that nature, and they starting to, and a lot of them watch us, so they really be taking what we say, and just looking at the stories to let you know that it can hit home fast. So I dislike what's going on, but I feel like we just gotta pay attention more. So like our friends, our parents, and their parents know what we doing. They know everything. So if you out of pocket and they catch you, you gonna get in trouble. So it's like, pay attention more. That's the over thing. Like, you really need to pay attention on what's going on. It's a lot of signs that we miss.
Yeah, and moving forward in the news, we definitely want to encourage everybody to be your best physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. So eat right, sleep right, meditate, read. You should be taking on, like, every year, man, as we come into a year close, you should be taking on new skills. You should be able to sit back every year and say, I learned how to do this, because like we said, man, that 24 hours is the same. And you could spend that 24 hours wasting it, being distracted, or you could spend it getting better. So use it to get better. Have fun, enjoy life, do whatever you do, whatever. But it's a dying need for us to have better options and more resources in our community. And the only way we get them is if we go get them. Like, there's nobody just dropping boatloads of resources. Like, hey, here's y'all resources, here's y'all. We have to become our resources. We have to become our help. So keep that in mind. If you're feeling suicide, need to talk to somebody. If you're feeling down, just need to, get it off. 988. Don't hesitate.
988.
to dial that number if you're struggling. And if it's an emergency, you know, dial 911, man, for real. You know, and if you see somebody who's been distressed, changing up the way that they are, not talking, if they talk a lot, if they usually don't talk a lot, now they talk, they sending you signals, call for them. I'd rather you save their life and they get mad at you than we don't have a life, then we all got to be sad, you know what I'm saying?
So 988, 988, don't hesitate, don't be late.
Yeah, and then we moving forward is more in the news. We want to give a big shout out to Jamal Harvey, a world champion boxer. He claimed the gold in the featherweight division in 2021. And he became the first American to win a world title since 2007. Held by many as America's next great boxer, the 20-year-old native out of the DMV, Oxon Hill to be specific. He also won numerous national junior Olympics and youth national championships. Jamal returned home to Prince George's County this week after punching his ticket to the Olympics and winning gold at the Pan American Games. So we just want to say, you know, congratulations. As we always try to emphasize, just take the momentum, take the energy, take the story for those that are in the PG, county, and the DMV. Somebody else from the community that showed you that you can be something, you know what I mean? So much props to him, and continue to be great.
Yes, sir. And then as we move along, it was a story. Big shouts out to this mom, because this mom was aware, caught a little awareness. Mom turns in 12-year-old son wanted for attempted carjacking. Weeps in court as he is called deeply angry. So a Washington, D.C. mother called police after she seen her son on surveillance photo released by authorities. He allegedly tried to carjack a U.S. Marshal who fatally shot his 13-year-old accomplice, police said. A Washington, D.C. mother called police on her 12-year-old son who was wanted for attempted carjacking after seeing him on surveillance photo released by authorities. The sovereign mother listened as the family's attorney told a judge Wednesday that the son was deeply troubled and had experienced anger management issues since the age of 5 and frequently disappeared for days at a time. She had gotten counseling for him and recently enrolled him in a special school so he did not become a victim of the streets. Discuss your opinions. I will definitely discuss mine first. About this, man. First, the mom was a little bit aware, but at the same time, like, it's a lot of signs that she's been putting them into counseling and things of that nature, right? I asked, where's the dad at? Where's the male figure at first? But then still, okay, just because you seek the counseling and things of that nature, but have you been talking to him? Just because you put him into the counseling, but have you actually talked to your child?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What is the friction between y'all two? Because it's something making them continue to keep going out and do stuff. If you leaving for days at a time, it's a reason why you leaving the house for days at a time. Is he mad? Is the dad even there? Is he mad that his dad not there? Is he, like, what's going on? So, yeah, she brought notice. Okay, she called the police on him, which, okay, cool. But at the same time, is that going to solve the issue? Was that the overall solution that you should have did? That's my question.
Right. And I agree. But even deeper, that's why I say people should have to pass a mental health screening before they have children. This is why, you know, I waited so long, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know, they wonder why and all that, because it's like, yo, that's a choice. Like, that's a real life decision. And, you know, I tip my hat to those who say they had mistakes and all that, but there ain't no mistakes. Life is supposed to be the way it's supposed to be. But when it come down to these children, or people, period, like, if you don't change your diet, like, I'm going to keep going back. No matter who it piss off and all that, it's like, yo, you tried therapy and all that. Did you try to change the environment for the kid? Nobody want to move. You want to stay in the city. You want to keep, oh, this is where their friends are and all that. Like, no, bro, you are their parent. Your job is to make the best decisions to get the best outcome for your kid. Have you really done everything that you're supposed to do for the outcome to be better? No, you haven't. You done what you feel like you're willing to do. But are you willing to do everything that it takes to change the outcome? No, you're not even willing to change your diet. You're not willing to change, you're not willing to move. You know that he going out for 3 to 4 days at a time. He a kid. All right, cool. I'm gonna make it even better. You wanna be grown? Go be grown.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come. Sometimes you gotta treat. That's where tough love come in too. But then at the same time, did the parent heal? Is the parent giving better example? Because I guarantee you, he's only responding to what he see, how he sees. So they probably snap every time there's a argument on the phone. Yo man, da 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 da. It ain't never. Hey, calm down. We need to talk about this. We need to go to therapy. It's a child gonna do what you do. I could care less what you say, because we all been children, all of us adults, and you didn't really listen. You know, you did what you saw. And when you heard something, you did what you saw because you did what you saw because you could justify it by saying, you told me this, but you did this. That's a justification. You're supposed to do right because it's the right thing to do. Right. Or you're doing wrong because that's what you want to do, but you're willing to live with the consequences. My thing is to choose a side. I do right, and I try to live my life in a righteous way because I don't want the consequences. I don't. I'm man enough to say that I don't want those consequences. I don't want those choices or the way, I mean, I don't want to make those choices to get those outcomes. I don't. I know the outcomes that I want, which is why I'm willing to go slow and long and laughed at and all of that. But that's the example I'm willing to give to my kid and every kid behind me. When kids see the clothing line and all that, and they want to talk to me about, hey, LeBron was in the clothes, or this person's in the clothes, and I'm like, bro, I'm not even here for that. I'm not talking to you about that. We're never gonna have a conversation about that if we're not gonna talk about how you spoke to your mom, or how you spoke to the coach, or you got mad because you ain't get the ball. You talking to me about LeBron wearing clothes, or this person wearing clothes, or having a clothing line. You can't even not get the football without getting upset that your teammate got the ball. You throwing your hands up because you was open. The quarterback got sacked. So you're going to be the receiver and the O-line? Because the O-line is just important for you to get the ball. Right. It's like, yo, how are you mad at him? It's not his fault. Right. But same time, that's the same way you're going to be if you're a parent, if you running a business. Mm-hmm. When there's a problem that arises, bro, you don't just switch up because you this magnificent, wizard. Man, you going to act like that when that little kid piss you off. When you get stressed out at work, you're going to act like that. You're just going to keep snapping until you get to a point where you're making better choices and being a better example.
Man, this has been a real one. This show right here, it's been real touching. But
prayers out to the family of the 17-year-old that killed himself. Prayers out to the 12-year-old who got to go through the legal issues, and then prayers out to the 13-year-old who got actually shot in the story. So it's like, same prayers just keep going out to our community, man. We need to do better, and until we all good, we ain't no good. So.
Yes. So this is your Leaders Only digital show and podcast, live streaming every Sunday at 2:30. Today we're at DC Dosa, but we usually at the Garden, located in Temple Hills, Maryland, sometimes. But today, thank you for joining us.
Well, season 4, episode 5. Yeah.
But like I said, we can always be reached at our Instagram, Leaders Only Instagram. You can follow us on that. You can hit us on our email, leadersonly22@gmail.com. If you miss us on the live streaming, hit pound, replay in the comment section. We always ask that you subscribe, like, click the bell, share, have a watch party, invite your friends. If you're new to our channel, please catch up from all the way back to season 1, because now we're in season 5, episode 4. Well, season 4, episode 5. I'm sorry, man. But this is Kendall, and this is my brother Samaj. We brought to you here by What It Changed Mentoring Inc. and Tone Drone TV. Peace, love, blessings.